e por isso não perco nada do que se faz na zona.
Quero dizer que foi extremamente um orgulho participar.
Minimizar junto das nossas pessoas o impacto desta pandemia.
E, naturalmente, também cumprimentar o nosso teleauditório.
Tenho a certeza absoluta que vamos ter uma boa conversa.
Isto é uma grande alhada, estamos todos fechados em casa, uma grande chatice.
Muito obrigado pelo convite.
E é uma honra estar aqui, um orgulho.
Hoje estou muito estafada mesmo.
Esta intervenção em espaço público é importantíssima.
Sem dúvida aproveitarmos para sermos mais humanos.
17 já tem uns 4 anos. Todos aqueles que seguem este canal de...
Really good to give back to the community because it's a real privilege to be able to buy that.
Sempre que sonho existe, é possível acreditar.
Hello, welcome on board. We are 17 Acreditar. Last week we had a talk show, a program entitled One Day on a Cruise Ship. And we had 2 head of departments. And we did the program in Portuguese, and then a few minutes later we start to have requests. Why not? Why you cannot make it in English? So today we invite 2 head of departments and we are going to talk with them about their life and about all this situation on board the Uniworld River Cruise Ship, one of the most important river cruise ships on the world. So, I can start to introduce our association. We are 5. We belong to an association that named 17 Acreditar. Usually before COVID we used to do a program like once a week or every second week, but since the COVID situation starts we decided to stay with you, and we are here every single evening at 9 p.m. to stay some time with you, to spend some time with you. So today I have 2 guests. I'm going to introduce you to our beautiful lady Astrid.
Hello.
Olá, Astrid, hello.
Olá, como estás?
You speak Portuguese very well.
I just said I've been no verde.
You know, I guess that you know port wine as well, vinho do Porto.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everybody knows that. So, Astrid, tell me a little bit about what you do, what we used to do on board the ship. Just tell
me. What I used to do?
Yeah, what you used to do.
I always been a hotel manager actually on the ships, so responsible for the daily operations. I've been most of the time in France, in the southern part of France, and also a few years in Paris. I spent some time in Asia. And also 2 months in Portugal, Spain. Mm-hmm. And now I'm corporate hotel manager and then mainly responsible for housekeeping fleet-wide.
So I guess that you have a busy life, right?
Well, at the moment it's a little bit less busy.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
But normally it's busy, traveling and yeah.
Okay. I'll be there with you in a minute. I would like to introduce you to our other friend that is sitting on the other side, over there. Edward, olá.
Tudo bem?
Edward, you speak very good Portuguese, I know.
I think your English is better than my English. Huh?
Thank you. So,
Maria, pleasure. Thanks for having me, and many congratulations on your 2nd anniversary. Well done.
Thank you.
I hope you go on to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and many more.
Thank you. I hope so as well. So, Edward, can you please tell us a little bit what you used to do every day on board?
Well, I joined UniWorld beginning of last year. I'm sort of responsible for predominantly the French operations, the operations in France, and a bit of everything else. No, the day-to-day is providing support to the onboard executive chefs, guidance, structure, menu development, recipe development, and just making sure that they have everything they need, especially the support from head office, which is channeled through us through the corporate team.
Okay. Edward, how you deal in this COVID situation at this time? How you deal with your crew members? How are they? What are they doing now? How you keep them busy, or do you give them any advices or any suggestions? You want to tell me about it?
Well, we've begun as of the beginning of April with a sort of every 2 weeks a conference call with our senior management team, our executive chefs and our sous chefs, with myself and our leader, Mr. Zorn, Mr. Bernard Zorn, and we give them an update really on what's going on. We don't have a crystal ball, so we don't know when this is going to finish. We know when it started. We've known the impact this has had on our industry, especially. We keep them motivated, we keep them updated, and we try and make sure they know that we value them and we think of them. And that's the important thing. As and when we know more, obviously, we will inform them, but we have a direct channel of communication. And every 2 weeks, as I say, we get together, we see each other, we chat, we laugh, but we make sure the message is clear, that there will be an end to this, there will be an after, and everyone's got to stay focused and united, right? But this will be an after, and yeah, I mean, we move forward as one team, one unit.
Okay, let me ask now something to Astrid. Astrid, how will the operation be once we start like reopening again? Which new procedures you will be implemented? Do you have already any ideas?
Yeah, we have lots of ideas, but it's always depending as well on the countries that we are sailing. We follow also the CLIA, so the Cruise Line Association procedures, and the World Health Organization, of course. But of course, health and safety has always been a big priority. But now, for example, we will, all the guests have to make a health questionnaire before boarding. Mm-hmm. We have gloves, face masks, small bottles of hand sanitizer available for every guest. We have already the big sanitizing machines everywhere on the ship. So every time all the guests, when they come from the shore side or when they go to the restaurant, etc., they have to disinfect the hands. And the housekeeping staff.
Sorry to interrupt you, but it was a procedure that you used to have before, because I know I've been I've been on board before, and every time that we used to come back to the ship, you used to have a sanitizer.
Already, yeah.
Already, okay.
Yeah, but now housekeeping staff will also disinfect the ship like every hour at least, all the hot spots and all the touch points like the handrails and door handles. Normally we would have a coffee station or the cookie station, a candy station. Those kind of things will be taken away, and we will serve everything, because otherwise you have, again, a big hotspot there. Books, magazines will be removed. For the dining and the meals, we will not have any buffets anymore. So everything will be served. That's the big thing as well. And to avoid a large number of people in the restaurant, we will do 2 seatings. Okay. That's for the moment there. Also like salt and pepper shakers or bread and butter, those kind of things will only be served and not standing automatically on the table. if we look at the rooms, of course, they are always kept very well cleaned. But
okay,
now,
let me show you just to those that are watching us a few photos that I have here prepared for you. So I have here I don't know if you can see. So so how are you? What are you going to do to maintain all this so shining and? It's not going to be easy because
and especially
I'm
this
sure
ship.
everybody's going to touch that corridor.
Yeah, this
so.
is my first baby. So this ship was the first ship I opened, so to say. And this is full with Murano glass and mirrors. So to keep that shiny was already a lot of work, and now it will be
and
even more. All the railings, it's a lot of polishing. But the lobbies, as I said, there's a public attendant always disinfecting the whole lobby area.
Okay.
When the guests come on board for embarkation, for example, we first disinfect all the luggages, etc.
Okay, I'm going to show you one room here that I have one. This is the bar, right?
Yeah,
and
that was the lounge of the day.
And the suite here. So how you are going to keep this so shining and how you are going to do this?
General cleaning, a lot of cleaning. Extra measurement is as well. Every embarkation, disembarkation, all the air conditioning filters will be cleaned and disinfected.
Okay.
And here it's again polishing.
Yeah. Can we imagine all these glasses and shining and everything and these cushions and everything? It's not going to be easy for the housekeeping team.
A lot of work, yes, but very important.
Yeah. So, Edward, what about you? Can you tell me what are you preparing to change meal situation? Because I know that you have buffet for breakfast and for lunch, and perhaps you are going to. This it looks delicious, and perhaps you are going to move this situation. You know already.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously we've got time to plan. What's clear is that I think the cruise industry is going to change. No, public health is a #1 priority, and it has always been. You know, Astrid says more cleaning, but the standard on the ships already is immaculate. There's a lot of attention and detail made on a daily basis through the teams, irrespective of the departments, to maintain the highest standard. Now, that's why UniWorld is where it is. We, from the culinary side, well, as Astrid said, no more open buffets, no more sort of self-service elements. Everything will be derived from the galley. We will still maintain the essence, the menu cycles, the flavors. All that will maintain, will stay the same, because ultimately that is what UniWorld stands for, and that's why we are so successful to date. But yeah, the reality is that things have to change. We all have to adapt. We all have to evolve and make sure that, you know, our priorities, which is the health and safety of both our crew and our lovely guests, our more than welcome guests, you know, is our paramount concern and is our priority.
Okay, because I know that your UniWorld's level is too high. That for it's not a big surprise for us that you maintain everything so well, so clean, so perfect. And now I don't know how it's going to, what you can do, anything else, because you are already so perfect in this subject. So I have a question here from Facebook, and it says, when will the cruises start to operate again? One of our listeners, they are asking you if you know already when we are going to start to sail again, I would say. You don't know yet.
Astrid, me? Have you got your crystal ball, Astrid?
If we would know that.
You know that, Edward? Or you want to ask to Astrid?
Well, I think Astrid is, she's wiser than I am. So she will know better than I. But I think we can both agree that there is no crystal ball. We don't know when the start is going to be. All we do know is that we have to remain focused, we have to remain together. And when all the other factors, i.e. the countries, the borders, our clients, our guests can actually travel, then I think we will be closer to be able to put a date and a start, and then sort of put this behind us. But at the moment, of course, the world is suffering this. Everyone is affected. And unfortunately, our industry, tourism and the cruise industry, is one of the most affected, and that's a reality. Astrid, over to you, my darling.
I agree with you.
Astrid, you want to tell us something? But as Edward said, we don't have a crystal ball, so we have to wait. So we will see. Right?
We are following all the news and everything that's coming out, but yeah.
Astrid, I was thinking about the crew. How is the crew dealing currently with not being able to work? Do you have any feedback from them, or what they use? Because with Edward, they can prepare menus, they can keep on his Facebook, the Uniworld Facebook page or Instagram page. But with you, you used to deal with the crew, with the housekeeping crew, for example?
Also, yeah, actually with the whole crew.
Okay.
Of course, for us, it's really, normally we're always on the road, we're traveling and we are busy. So now it's very strange to be at home, like to have so much time at home. But the crew stays in contact. So we also have every week with all captains and all hotel managers a team meeting. Like for 1 hour, we just speak about what the countries and what's going on there. Then we have every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, also the CEO joining for a cocktail hour. So then it's just more a bit informal.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so it's fun.
So you are telling me that you have a cocktail hour in everybody in a single house? Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, also
I'm going to propose this. We can have a meeting and doing a cocktail hour. That sounds great. It's a good idea.
Way better. Yeah, you catch up a bit and it's more informal. And also shows everybody's in the same situation. So
you mean that everyone prepares their own drink and everybody stays on the meeting having his drink? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the WhatsApp groups per ship. So all crew is in a WhatsApp group. And every week, like a recipe is going out or a cocktail class, or so they stay in contact. And we have, of course, the Facebook page where we do squat challenging and all kind of things. So yes.
Okay. So you propose to them? You propose like doing some entertainment, or you manage this, like how they spend their time? You propose them to post what they used to do, or how they spend their time?
Every department actually is sending out something. Like the well-being coaches came up with a squat challenge.
Okay.
We had a cocktail class done by one of the hotel managers. Oh, Mr. Zorn and Edward, they are sending out recipes.
Okay.
So yes.
Oh, you see, maybe you know Sandro. Sandro is here saying, Astrid, I miss you, boss.
Yeah, Sandro is one of the chefs.
I think it's very nice to hear that. So, Edward, tell me something more. Hola. Edward, tell me something more about... I know that you are very well training with the GAS-CCP, with HCCP. In this any subject, is there any news after COVID situation, or?
Well, we do have, as part of the company, a health and safety advisor consultant that has been very much part of the new development in terms of new protocols that will be in place post-COVID when we do start. Yeah, I mean, it's all about sanitation. We'll be with the face masks, the hats as always, you know, the uniform absolutely clean. And yeah, you know, just trying to make sure that the sanitation process and the procedures will be defined, will be in place, are maintained, you know, and respected. It's all about, you know, as what we said before, it's all about public health. But it's health of our crew as well, just as fundamental as the health of our guests.
Okay. but they are used already to do this. For example, how you gonna imagine? How you gonna manage with the lunchtime? Because usually you have buffet, and buffet like this, you're gonna have a lot of people on the top of the table, I would say. So you're gonna make like
yeah, I mean, it's going to be
you're gonna do like
going to be one more service, no, just like dinner is.
Okay, seating.
You know, we'll be doing 2 seatings.
Okay.
Maybe a couple of elements will still serve from upstairs, but everything else will be centralized downstairs, and it will be 3 services a day derived from the galley.
Okay, and your guests can have whatever they want as before, anytime.
We never say no.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they'll be able to have absolutely the same style, the same quality, but of course, you know, our operation will have to modify itself a little bit, but it's not a challenge. We you know, fortunately, we have great teams, highly professional guys that will be able to adapt and accommodate just, you know, a new style, a new procedure.
I have a question here from Yoka. It goes to you, Astrid. Astrid, she's asking if there's just run out from me. Let me see. Is there a Facebook page for crew? Is Yoka? I would like to send you a kiss because I know Yoka. A kiss to you. So, Astrid, can you please answer this question? Is there a Facebook page for crew?
Yes, we have indeed. It's we have about 580 people now, part of the group. So it's set up by one of the crew members actually, who wants to stay in contact with everybody. And he was starting this page, and within a few hours, everybody was in there. Yeah. We have also Inside Uniworld, which is also for the crew.
I have a friend that used to post some photos on Instagram, and sometimes I wonder, perhaps he's on board, but no, he's not on board. He's cooking at home. So this means that the crew keeps doing their own things at home, like not getting lost. They keep it updated. Is that true?
Yeah. Also, and what we have as well, we have a great platform. It's called Lobster Inc., where everybody can do training and tests to develop as well. So if you want to learn about wine, you can do a wine course, but at the same time, you can also go again for the HCCP procedures, or you can learn about the front desk, so that they can do from home as well. And they're challenging each other. So who is passing the most tests with the biggest score?
Okay. Now, Eduardo. Yoka is giving you a hard time. So, Yoka has a question for you. She's asking you if you have a favorite dish from Mrs. Bea Tallman.
Oh, our matriarch. She's helped to define what Uniworld really stands for, no? And I think that her philosophy in terms of, you know, the comfort food, the food that we used to, you know, that we've grown up with, which is really the fundamental of all modern cuisine. You know, all chefs, if they're fortunate enough, will always remember the grandmother or the mother or the father, those flavors, those memories when they're young, eating the food. You know, this is the association that at least I have, and I'm fortunate enough to have with my mother and me growing up and deciding to choose this profession as my profession for my life. No? Bea Tallman has got many special recipes. I think one of the one I like the most, perhaps, the sesame chicken. She does a beautiful brisket. The chicken's great. Her desserts are fantastic. It's all good. How can I not say it's not good? You know, it's all fantastic. So one of many.
Tell me, Edward, you used to cook or you don't cook?
Where?
Tell me the
You're at home now?
truth. Tell me the truth.
I mean, if I could stand up, I'd show you my belly, which is a little bit, you know, bigger. This COVID hasn't been good with me, hasn't been fair with me. Cooking is my passion. This is what I live for. This is what I do. From a very early age, you know, it's memories, it's the flavors, it's those special moments that I have that, you know, made me choose this profession. But I'm cooking a lot. more than I ever have. Actually, my kitchen, my little galley everything was brand new. I was hardly using it.
Now it's not brand new. Now it's not brand new anymore.
There's a few stains on a couple of the work surfaces. It's good to be involved, and it's good to cook. It's a passion of mine, and I think many people now are finding that in these COVID times, there's a lot of, in social media especially, there's a lot of new programs. There's lots of guys putting out recipes and stuff. It's time to enjoy. It's time to experiment. It's time to do new things. And yeah, I encourage everyone to do so, to try something new.
One day I have to teach you how to make bacalhau. You know bacalhau?
I love that. I do, but I don't know yours, Maria. I don't know yours. So invite me, and I'll be on the first plane over whenever I can.
I tell you, my bacalhau is super. You have to try it.
I'm looking forward to it. Send me the invitation. I'll be there.
Okay. Astrid, what about you? You used to cook, or you get used to eat on the ship, and then when you are at home on holiday, you don't cook anymore?
Well, I'm a bit spoiled, I have to say, but I love to cook myself. Yeah, I don't really. On board, you always eat in the restaurant. You're always served, of course, and amazing food. I lose weight when I'm at home. I gain weight when I'm on board because the food is just too good and I cannot hold myself, so that's the problem. But I'm cooking here, yeah. I'm enjoying, yes.
What's your favorite dish? Meat, fish?
I'm a meat person.
Okay.
So the Portuguese dish, the francesinha, my pronunciation is not the best.
Francesinha. You have been to Portugal, right?
Yes, a few times, yeah.
So you know francesinha very well, is
Exactly. I love
it. Eduardo.
Maria.
Olá. I'm jumping from one to another like this. You don't get tired of me. So, and we keep some movement here. Eduardo, do you like to... I would say, do you like to say any advice to those who are at home now waiting for a call to go back to the ship? Do you like to tell them, like to encourage them, like the time because I'm sure that everybody is missing the time on board, so they are waiting for a call, I guess.
I think, Maria, the important thing is patience.
Okay.
Relax. The time will come. And before we know it, we'll be back on board, we'll be working our hours, we'll be enjoying the time with our colleagues, and this will be, we'll put this behind us. This can only make us stronger. This gives us an opportunity as a company to develop and focus on things that, when the operations are in full rhythm and everyone is busy doing their things, of course, there are moments that we don't have the opportunity to stop and really focus on things that can perhaps benefit the company, right? So on an operational level. So at the moment, we're focusing on how to improve, how to make things better. So when the guys do come back, they're ready to rock and roll. Everything is in place, and they do their thing, and make Uniworld an exciting time, an exciting company for the guests and for everyone concerned.
That's very good to know that. Eduardo, what's your favorite river ship? Do you have, I'm sure you're gonna say, oh Maria, I love every single ship. No.
How did you know?
I know that you...
How did you know, Maria?
I don't know.
Fortunately, the company has the objective now in these forthcoming years to renovate the smaller class or the boutique ships into super ships. Every ship is unique. Every ship has its charm and its challenges. But I think it's the skill set of everyone that is involved on each of those ships that make it a special and memorable experience for the guests that come on board. And this is why we are successful. And this is why where we are, thanks to our crew. Okay? And that's the most important thing. So we're looking forward to having them back and for everything going back to normal and starting again.
Okay. What about you, Astrid? What's your favorite ship? Or Your favorite cruise?
Yeah, I have a few, I think. It's also depending on the time of year. But the Catherine stays most special for me because it was my first baby.
Okay.
And Burgundy and Provence is an amazing part of the world, so to say, especially in June when the lavender fields are blooming. I also love, because I spent some time in Asia, Vietnam and Cambodia.
Okay.
There we have a beautiful ship, the Mekong Jewel, so that's also one of my favorites. And that's, you really go local, so you really get in touch with the local people there. Portugal, of course, the Douro. If you ask me the most beautiful river, it is not because this is a Portuguese program. The most beautiful river is the Douro River.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a new ship soon there.
That's
so
what I was going to
Gabriel.
ask you. So, do you want to tell me something about São Gabriel, the new ship?
It's ready to set
you
sail.
are not, or you are not allowed to talk about it because we understand. We understand.
I can share a little bit. I contacted the designer, actually, one of the designers yesterday, and he shared with me some information. So it's just breeding the Portuguese culture. The whole ship, so the whole interior is based on that. It's a super ship, which means we have more suites, we have more dining venues, for example. We have like a bistro by the lounge. There's a wine tasting room. So we also have sommelier on board and butlers. So that's extra assets. There's a beautiful pool. There's a spa, of course, and a gym.
This sounds great.
But the attention to detail is just even the Portuguese styles. You can even find them in the bathrooms.
Okay. Oh, that's
all
nice.
hand painted. Yeah, and also in the corridors they have the Portuguese styles as part of the arts work in the corridors. Lots of blues and greens and all light wood.
You know, I'm going to tell you. The first time I went to Maria Teresa, I was like, oh my God, Maria Teresa, it's wonderful. And then once I went to Joie de Vivre, and I was like, oh my God, Joie de Vivre. And when I saw the bistro, you know, that colors, I was like, oh my God, such a wonderful ship. So I cannot tell you which one is my favorite. I cannot tell you, so I don't blame you.
They all have something special.
Astrid, which kind of clients you used to have? Like Americans? Which nationality? Your guests? Your major guests?
Most of the guests are coming from the USA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we also have guests from Canada, but also from Brazil.
Okay.
We have guests from South Africa, from the UK, from Australia and New Zealand, but most of the guests are coming from America.
Most of the guests. Okay, Eduardo.
Senhora.
You are not sleeping, are you? No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, I'm here. You know,
let me ask you something. I saw you drinking something. What was it? Tell me the truth.
I was actually celebrating the second anniversary. Nice. It's actually empty now. I was drinking a little bit of Silvaner grape from the Rhine area of Germany.
Okay.
A bio winery that's doing some very nice wine. And Silvaner is a very nice grape. So yeah, but it's empty now. I prefer your gin tonic, though.
Who told you this is a gin tonic?
I don't know. I just saw something that. I'm going to get a straw. You can share it.
This is just a tonic. This is not a gin tonic.
Okay, of course. Sorry. It's working hours, of course.
So, Edward, how you miss the routine? Because, you know, for a week, for 2 weeks, it's really nice to go back home and to see the friends and to visit your relatives. But it goes already for 2 months. How you manage that? How you can handle?
Well, I'm actually quite busy on a day-to-day basis. Myself and the country director Bernard Zorn, we're taking advantage of this off time to focus on things to improve. As I said before, there's so much to do. There's always something to do, and yeah, we're kept busy with new initiatives, new objectives. Always sort of like using our time to the benefit of the teams and the operations. You know?
And what about you, Astrid? What do you miss more in in your routine days? What you used to do? How you manage? You feel you still busy as Edward, or you still have?
I am, yeah, I do miss the traveling and the people, the colleagues, the crew, because that's where you get your energy from, so to say. But now I'm opened like a daycare here for my nephews, so I'm babysitting a lot.
They are. I should perhaps. This is not very nice to say, but your family is taking advantage from you.
They have to be happy that I'm here now.
Yeah.
And they are, thankfully.
What is the most difficult part, as you said before, to stay at home? The most difficult part is to stay away from the crew, from the friends, from the guests. Can you tell me a little bit?
From the crew, I would say. Yeah, from the team. Because you always have people around you in this context. Yeah, you are like a family. I know it sounds like a cliche, but that's where you get the motivation from. So yeah, now sitting at home and not meeting them, that's a bit, that's difficult.
Okay. What about you, Edward? You miss all the shouting and screaming in the galley, two scramble eggs,
We're not like that, Maria. We're not like that. I miss Astrid. I miss Yorka. I miss Manuel. I miss everyone. It's the day-to-day. It's that contact, the interaction. No, that's what makes it special, and that's why we're here. We're here to drive the team forward, to be part of the team, to train them, to make them better. And in turn, obviously, with all the sort of the effort from corporate side, both in my department, Astrid, and our wonderful colleagues, we all come together as one unit to do our jobs, and this is why we love what we do. No, the travel, the interaction with the diverse countries that our crew come from. It's a very special job, and it's very rewarding.
Okay, so can you tell me something? I'm a little bit curious. When you do that, like, I don't know if which platform are you using, like Zoom or meeting? When you have a meeting with the crew, you spend I don't know how many, but it's about, I don't know. Can you tell me, like 20, 30? I don't know. For a meeting, Edward?
Me or Astrid? Me?
No, right. You, Edward. You.
Me.
When you have a meeting?
Yeah.
How many?
When we have the meeting, the meeting we have in the culinary department, we have 30 guys between executive chefs and sous chefs.
Okay,
and
so let me.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but let me tell you something. Must be something like, good morning, hello, goedemorgen, hello, bom dia, hola, ciao, buongiorno. It's something like that.
and then I mute them all. Yeah, it starts like that, and then it gets a bit out of control, and then I have to mute them all. So, gentlemen, stop talking, and Mr. Zorn begins with his, his briefing and his, what he has to communicate on that meeting. I sort of follow up, and then we sort of give the open communication for the rest of the guys to say what they have, what are the questions, concerns. And we're there to answer. It's a platform that really engages everyone, but as I say, it makes sure that everyone knows that they're part of one team and that we think of them, and we it's important for them to be part of this.
Okay, so Eduardo, how long are you working for Uniworld?
I started last year, January last year, or January last year. I came from Holland American, which is a sort of a cruise ship company, which is in the sort of the ocean, a big consolidated company, and I wanted to downsize, and I wanted to see what the river cruising industry was like. I'm very happy. I hope that everyone is happy with me being on board, many objectives. It's a fun time. It's hard work. You give everything you can, everything you dedicate yourself to your teams and to the improvement of, and that's my fundamental objective, to make everyone better, to give back to the industry from what I've learned over my years, and yeah, come together and make everyone a better professional, right? More skilled. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. When we are a higher quality team with a higher quality skill set, then ultimately the product is improved and the guest experience is obviously where it is at the moment. No? We are fortunate to have such good feedback and such good following from all the guests.
Thank you. What about you, Astrid? For how long are you with this family? Because I have the feeling, and this happened as well last week when we had the two head of departments in a Portuguese talk show that we had on last Wednesday, sorry, and they talk about Uniworld like you are a family. They belong to. It's like they have a little bit of their own heart with Uniworld. So it happens the same with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I started for Uniworld in 2013, and I'm still here. Yeah, so it's an amazing company to work for. And again, the crew, the team is what makes it so special.
Okay. So what about the new Astrid? What about the new guests, the new passengers after COVID? Because, for example, I'm not sure if this that I'm going to tell you if this is true, but for example, it's much more easier to travel inside Europe than comes from Australia or United States. So, do you have any idea, or you are looking for new markets or new passengers?
Exactly.
Or
That's a good question. We're now in contact with a German travel agent corporation, so to say, to focus also on German guests. Because indeed, when Europe is opening, maybe USA is not open yet, so we have to focus also here on the market. So we're busy with the German market, and of course we still have the UK market, which should be possible as well.
okay.
Time for the Portuguese market, maybe.
It would be very nice. I hope so as well. I hope that someone invites me. I have to tell my husband. Perhaps if he is listening this program, I don't know. Perhaps he should invite me to travel a little bit. But anyway, Eduardo.
Yeah.
Senhora.
You are so nice.
I'll have a word with your wonderful husband and make sure that he does take you out more. Huh? I'll speak to your wonderful
Please
husband.
do so. Please,
Yeah.
please. So, do you have any? What should I say? Like I don't mean your favorite guest. I mean, do you have like the guest that gives you more? You learn how to deal with guests, right? And it doesn't matter which nationality, or you prefer, you have a favorite nationality to work with, or for you all the guests are the same?
Yeah, I think so, and you have to treat them the same now. I'm fortunate enough, obviously, to be able to walk around the ships when I'm on. I hear things, I engage with the guests, and it's nice, finding out the stories of, I met one guest that had been on Uniworld and has traveled for the last 10 years or something. I don't know how many cruises. She should have had a gold medal, VIP, etc. It's very nice to hear how satisfied the guests are by the quality and the product that we deliver. Not only in the culinary departments, the whole thing is the experience of Uniworld. And that reassures me on a day-to-day basis that this is the award-winning company I should be part of. And we all work together to make it better every day and to make not only the guest satisfaction, but our crew as happy on that day-to-day basis, which is transmitted directly to the guests, and they pick up on that. And I think, when you go on a ship and you feel that there is a positive energy, that everyone is focused on doing their job, but they're happy doing it, that is the key, and that is the key to success,
Okay, I could stay here for another hour, but anyway, I'm going to do you. First, I'm going to talk to Astrid, because ladies first. Excuse me, Edward.
Always.
So, Astrid, what makes this job so wonderful, so perfect. It's the way that you find out how to communicate with the guests. It's the way that you travel around the world during a year. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
I think it's the whole combination indeed. Of course, traveling. You have to love to travel because every day on a different place. But it's really amazing how you get in contact with everybody. Lots of different nationalities and cultures. That's also opening your horizon way more. You experience, as you said, we experience the food as well. And you develop yourself in those areas as well. Not to talk about the wines as well. So you learn a lot about that. But I think it's the contact with the crew, but also with the guests indeed. And you make for them memories for life. And sometimes you have guests that travel with you a couple of times and they recognize you, and that's always very amazing. I had guests traveling with me in Asia and then came to join on the Joie de Vivre in Paris. So that stays with you as well.
That's really nice to hear. Astrid, what makes this company a wonderful company? And this is it's not because I'm here talking with you, it's because that it's true. It's a wonderful company. And what makes this company so special?
Well, already if you look at the situation now, it's a very secure and safe company, and they also make sure from higher level as well to stay in contact with us, to keep us informed and not just let us floating around, so to say. So that's very, very important, especially in this time. And in general, it's a very professional company, and the people that you work with are also very professional. So you learn from the others as well. It's always good to have a leader that you can learn from, otherwise you're not really developing. So for Uniworld, it's really, really good.
That's really good to hear that. Eduardo, olá!
Senhora, olá de novo!
So, Eduardo, I'm going to do the same question that I did to Astrid. Why it makes Uniworld such a great company? And why this job is such a great job?
I mean, it's what Astrid says now. It's the crew. It's meeting those guys. It's seeing how they develop, what we bring into place, and what we sort of create. I mean, for my department, it's the new recipes, the new protocols, all this. You see how these guys benefit from that, how they get better, how we deliver a better quality product. Every time, everything we do is to benefit them ultimately. And for me, that's what fills me. That's what makes me happy on a day-to-day basis. I see how these guys smile, how they're happy, how they're willing to learn, how they've got such drive, and that's what I'm here for. That's what I was made to do, and that's why I'm part of Uniworld, and I believe in their philosophy. I believe in their drive. I believe how they take care and how they value their crew members, and that is a fundamental. Without a strong and united workforce, you can't deliver. And I look forward to be part of this team and this company for, well, let's see, as long as they'll have me.
So, Eduardo and Astrid, thank you so much for having us with us. I give you just 1 minute, 2 minutes. Astrid, you want to say bye-bye? You want to say something to your friends? Because there's a lot of people here watching you. I can hear you. I can see it here. Joka, Sandro, Castelhano, Joka de Burg, Petrova, Plamen. I'm sorry if I'm not using the correct... there's a lot of Manuel Marques. There's a lot of people around here that they know you very well. Used to work with you, so
absolutely, yeah.
Do you like to say something to them?
It's very nice to see the messages, and I think it's because we're such a strong team.
It's
really
lovely
good
to hear.
I hope to see you soon as well. And you are all amazing. I see some other messages here. It's super cool and super nice to see that they're still also following us, and that they are really, so that's really, so thank you. for setting up this talk.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Astrid. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you again soon.
Joie de vivre, Paris.
We never
Where
know.
we go this time.
Maybe you should come to Portugal with Eduardo to try my bacalhau. Eduardo.
All right. That's the deal.
Eduardo. Senhora. You want to say something? You want to say bye-bye to everybody?
I want to say goodbye to everyone. I want to thank everyone for you connecting. I want to thank you for inviting us to be part of this wonderful moment, this wonderful hour. I won't forget it.
17 acreditar. Acreditar.
Perfect. .com. .com.
17 acreditar. We are a group of 5, the wonderful 5. 17 acreditar.
Congratulations on your 2nd anniversary. Thanks for your consideration. Thanks for connecting with us. We hope we've been, but at least I know Astrid's done her fantastic job. I don't know if I've been sufficiently, correct in transmitting our message and how happy we are to become part of the Uni World. Whenever you want to invite us to the Bacalhau and Verde, we will be there. Don't worry. And I'll make sure I speak with your wonderful husband to get you on a joie de vivre or get you on a ship very soon. Thank you very much. All the best to you. Stay safe, and all the best to everyone that's connected.
Thank you both. Thank you, everybody. And that's it. Two head of. Okay. So I forgot to say bye-bye. Astrid, bye. Thank you to everybody. Eduardo, ciao.
Hello, Astrid.
Ciao. Thank you so much for joining us. I would like to say thank you as well to Mr. Zorn and to Yoka as well, 2 persons that I know. And thank you, Eduardo and Astrid, for joining us. It was a really nice talk. And thank you to those who are on the other side listening to us. So we keep in touch. Just keep safe. Bye. Thank you. Opa, eu não tinha.
E por isso não perco nada do que se faz na zona.
Quero dizer que foi extremamente um orgulho participar.
Minimizar junto das nossas pessoas o impacto desta pandemia.
E, naturalmente, também cumprimentar o nosso teleauditório.
Tenho a certeza absoluta que vamos ter uma boa conversa.
Isto é uma gandalhada, estamos todos fechados em casa, uma grande chatice.
Muito obrigado pelo convite.
E é uma honra estar aqui, um orgulho.
Hoje estou muito estafada mesmo.
Esta intervenção em espaço público é importantíssima.
Sem dúvida aproveitarmos para sermos mais humanos.
17 já tem uns 4 anos. Todos aqueles que seguem este canal de...
Really good to give back to the community because it's a real privilege to be able to buy that.
Sempre que sonho existe, é possível acreditar.